No, I am tired as hell. I have been up since almost 5 o'clock this morning trying to get through all three episodes of The Handmaid's Tale that they released last night. It was a slow day for me, thinking that I was actually going to get through the whole entire last season of it to get caught up in everything, to make sure I remembered everything going on. So that didn't work out. At that point, I had to ended up leaving to go recop me what I needed, right? And it just never works out the way you want to. You pause, you got to rewind because you was looking at your phone. Even though I've seen it, there's certain parts you just like and you miss and all of that. So with all of that, it took me till 12:45 to get through the fifth season. Mind you, I did not even watch them all. I watched like maybe 4 or 5 episodes. I watched half the season. I watched the first two, the last two, and somewhere one in the middle somewhere, just to connect some dots. But I ended up getting to it at 12:45, and baby, it did not disappoint. I love that it started off on the train still. Because when we left 2 years ago, June and Serena Joy met up on the refugee train. Serena Joy was had her son Noah, and June had her daughter Nicole. So they meet up. They're on the planes. They're on the plane. They're riding the plane, and you could see that they're setting up the dynamic between Serena Joy and June. You see that June, she can't go nowhere. She's on a train, for God's sakes. She can't go anywhere. So she has to deal with Serena. And now Serena is coming to her with, you know, with guilt, unsurety, scaredness. She's all of these things. Serena Joy don't know how to navigate in the world. She don't know one thing about surviving except trampling on other people to get to the top. That's the best bet that she has and that she can do. So the whole entire ride, June's being civil, but letting her know, like, look, you over jumping it. We ain't friends. We ain't cool. We ain't in this together. This is none of that. You just have to be on the same train as me, and we know each other because your husband used to be my commander. And you know what your husband has done to me, and you know what you have done to me. You know what both y'all have done to me. Y'all both monsters. She is not going to let her forget that for nothing, okay? So as they're on the train, she don't want nothing bad to happen to her. She don't want nothing bad to happen to Noah. And I'm talking about June. If it wasn't for Noah, I don't think June would really care what happened to Serena Joy. She really wouldn't. But June has a heart. And she knows that she's still missing her little girl. So she wouldn't want that hurt for nobody else, not even her worst enemy, obviously. There's just some things that you just can't wish on your worst enemy. And that's one of them, being torn apart from your child. So while they're making the best peace that they can, Serena has allowed herself to really feel something and understand that what she did was wrong. And she wants to right her wrong to June. But it's not her best case because homeboy, when June, and this was June's fault, and this was Serena Joy's fault. Like I said, Serena does not know how to navigate out in this world. She messed up first time when she called June out by her name. Like, what are you doing, Serena? And then, just the point of, why did you go get that doctor to begin with? She told you not to. And that doctor made you out. You out of all people. Not June. Made you out. And it's crazy. And I wonder if he knew who June really was. And he just didn't, want to do nothing to her. I'm just thinking and wondering. Because if you can remember and know Serena Joy, you're gonna remember and know June. She's all over the place. She's a fugitive, basically, so to speak. I don't know. And so when he called the cops on Serena, you could see the disdain in June's face. June don't give a fuck about Serena. She really don't. But she don't want nothing bad to happen to her, especially Noah. So when she jumped and pushed Serena off of that plane, that train, that was for her own good. That was for her own good. Serena was not gonna jump. She wasn't. She will not have jumped. But she pushed her off and got her on to where she needed to go. And so now it's crazy because Luke, let's go down the list. What happened to Luke? Luke, he don't got apprehended, right? He's in jail, all of this good stuff. Moira, she is just trying to navigate, stay level-headed. Rita, they're all together still, trying to make do, wondering what's good and what's going on. Where's June? So, June finally gets to where the train stops. And this was the best part of it all. When she gets off, she ends up stopping in Alaska. The last train, or the last stop was to Alaska. That's where the train stopped. That's where it was done. So she gets off because she fell asleep again. Girl, you fall asleep way too much for me, for someone who needs to be on guard all of the time. You really, really are. But when she gets off the train to Alaska, she's checking in, trying to get what she can get, and she is reunited with her mother. What? She is reunited with her mom, Holly. All this time we thought Holly was dead. We thought she died in the colonies. Because when you go into the colonies, you are not coming out. Like, you are the 1%, 0.1% lucky ones if you do. But thank goodness she found her mom. This is what she needed. Now June can go and take over the world. Now she got her mama behind her. She got the strength of her mother. And if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember her name, but ain't that the woman from Wentworth? She was the head of the prison. She ran the prison. I swear that's her. I can't remember her name, but now I'm gonna have to look on my break at work. However, she is reunited with her mom, and they talk it out, find out what happened. She was able to get out because she was a doctor, and she had to take care of the aunts and the guardians and all of that jazz, and she got her way out. And she stayed behind hoping to find June. And look at that. Look at that, she did. They don't found each other. So now June is on her quest. She leaves Nicole with her mom to go find Moira and Luke, because Moira and Luke decided that they want to go work or volunteer for Mayday, and they don't got caught up into some shit on no man's land and they stuck. So she goes to go be Captain Save-A-Ho. Captain Save-A-Ho. And I couldn't believe that Nick was the one that helped her be Captain Save-A-Ho to save her husband, knowing that she chose Luke over him. And I'm upset about that. I don't like that she chose Luke over Nick. I want her to choose Nick. Mind you, here's my thing. I want her to choose Nick because I feel like Nick has done more for her, helped her in all of this than Luke has done. But Luke, I just don't know how. He's trying and he wished that he could. He's upset that he can't, he didn't, and all of this. But still, he loves the best out of her. For her to choose Luke and him to still put his life on the line, come on. He loves her. And he told her, like, Rose can smell her on him if he even think about her. That is crazy. And Rose, let's talk about Rose. Rose gonna give him up. Rose is a jealous wife. She is going to give him up. It's going to be a problem, a hard problem. But then her daddy just came through. Welcome, Josh Charles, to the cast for the final season. I love me some Josh Charles. I love him as Iggy in the original Hairspray, the one and only that really matters. And I loved him in The Good Wife. But anywho, so he's come on as Rose's father. And he also is a commander. Gabriel. And his last name starts with a W. But he's the commander. And he got a thing for Serena Joy. Y'all peeping that, right? Am I seeing the same thing everyone else is seeing? He's got a thing for Serena Joy. Serena Joy about to become that girl of New Bethlehem, just like she was for Gilead. Commander Lawrence has brung her back after they don't shunned her back to Toronto, where she didn't want to be in the first place, but made her go back. They really just wanted her out. They wasn't checking for her. They was trying to get her. That's why the Wheelers were taking care of her. They was not checking for her to come back. But when Commander Gabriel came asking for that ass, they was like, oh shit, we need to bring her back. We gonna have to. They asking for her. We gotta find her. We don't. And they knew where she was at the whole time. They just weren't looking for her. This whole entire time, she thinks she's hiding from them. They knew where she was the entire time. They just was not checking for her. It's so crazy. And the people that she's gone to live with, they knew who she was. Serena, you are not good at keeping a low profile. Luckily, these people are either on your side or don't care or whatever, because thank you for the hearts, because they have no idea. They don't care. They are not checking for you. So when Commander Lawrence comes and he brings Naomi, him and Naomi together just makes me laugh every time. Because what are we really doing here? What are we really doing here? And I was yesterday years old when I realized that first of all, I knew I was looking at somebody I knew, but I didn't know who I was looking at that I knew. So last night, I'm finally realizing who Commander Lawrence is. He's the jock, Brad. I don't even know if his name is Brad on the movie, but the jock from Revenge of the Nerds. That facial hair. I couldn't see with the facial hair. But when you realize it's him, it's like, oh my God, that is him. And he looks good. He grew up. He grew up. He aged really good, especially for a white man. He aged really good. So, anyway, sorry, I had to fan out for a minute. But them together. So anyway, he shows up with Naomi. He's like, look, I'm going to need you to come on home. Come on home. I'm going to need you to do what you do and come on home. And she does. She comes on home. He sold her a dream. You could be that bitch to New Bethlehem and all that. And she was sold. She was sold. So she goes back and she does her thing. When they have that tour, bringing in the people, trying to make, the New Bethlehem actual nation to put on the map and be recognized and all of that jazz. She sold that to them. Serena Joy knows what she's doing. She definitely knows what she's doing. She is a seller. She sold that dream. So Commander Lawrence was very, very pleased with that. And so another thing I was really, really shocked about, y'all, Janine, Crazy Eye. Janine, aka Crazy Eye. She is working at the brothel. I thought she was going back to the colonies. The way they put that mask over her and that truck for her and put her back there, I could have swore Janine was going straight back to the colonies. She thought she was too. We all thought she was going to straight to the colonies. I could not believe it. And the way Aunt Lydia, she did not want nothing to happen to her precious Janine. Even though she may say all the girls are special to her, she means it when it comes to Janine. I don't know why, but she means it when it comes to Janine. But Janine at the brothel, all dressed up the way she was, I was like, look at her. They let her be pretty for the last season because Janine don't had one eye for forever. She don't have one eye forever, but she got her cute patch. She don't got her a weave. She looking cute. She a hoe now, but she looks cute nonetheless. Nonetheless. And she got a whole new different attitude, which she needs to have in order to survive where she was. But that's the same place Moira was when she off the commander, the other commander. Remember that? Yeah, that's how she got away. And Lydia trying to save her. You can't save her. You can't save none of them girls. I don't know why Aunt Lydia is trying to do more than she can. And Lydia thinks she's got more balls and reins up here than she really do. She does not. And she is starting to understand and realize that she does not. I don't know. I can't wait to see the fate of Aunt Lydia because she's not doing very well this season. She's losing her power, or she's realizing that she doesn't have any, actually, if you really want to go there. Who else haven't we talked about? We haven't seen Hannah. We did see Hannah the first 3 episodes. Okay. Rita. She's still doing her thing. I don't know what Rita about to do, but we see Rita for the upcoming scenes for this season. It looks like they all go back to Gilead, do they not? Or New Bethlehem? They're all about to go back. Because remember when Moira's like, we're all the way in this to the end, right? They're all about to go back. Emily is back. We haven't seen Emily. So I feel when we see Emily, it's going to be a shock to us. Because we ain't seen Emily all last season, right? All last season. And we have yet to see her yet. So Emily is going to come in with a bang. She might be the one that has to, right when shit about to hit the fan and you think it's about to go left and the good guy's about to lose, Emily gonna come in like Captain Save-A-Ho. I'm hoping. I hope she's still coming back. We still have to find out what's going on with her. She just up and left her boo and her child. We need to figure that out. Esther. Am I tripping? Did Esther die last season? I'm mad confused and I don't remember. Because I had to fast forward through a lot of the episodes because I was trying to figure it out. But I can't remember what happened to Esther. If anyone watches this on playback, in the comments, please. Do we know what happened to Esther? Or is that another Emily thing? Because I don't know. Thank you for the 1 like. And, And that's about everybody. That is everyone. So yeah. So that is the update on where everyone is in the show. New Bethlehem is up and going pretty good. Lawrence is doing his thing. Nick, Nick is in trouble. But I don't know. He in trouble for pew-pewing those 2 guards to help Luke, Myra, and June get away. But in the upcoming scenes, you see him talking with the commander, his father-in-law. And he's talking to him like, look, one's gone, but one's in the come about to come out. He seems to be helping him. So now I'm confused. I thought he was there to help, try to keep him in line for his daughter, because for his granddaughter coming and all of that. But I don't know. The fact that they brung this character in so late, he has to be an important part and key to this story. So we'll just have to keep up with what's going on with him. But y'all, The Handmaid's Tale is back. It is in action. I did a recap of each episode all by itself, showing pictures and explaining things in detail. If you haven't watched and you just want to catch up, they are all available now on my YouTube. It should be the last three videos before this live. So other than that, y'all have a great Tuesday. I'm gonna go to my black job and y'all stay good, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.